Hello, everybody. This is Scott O'Mato, and welcome to a new series. It's a Let's Play on Project E, and I'll be calling it Thriving with Project E in homage to some of the people that have done Surviving with series that focus on a specific mod. In this case, we'll be mainly doing vanilla with Project E as the main mod. So I'll show you the mod list. I have baubles, just enough items. Tinkers, we'll build some Project E based tools with that. Extra utilities just for some of the items that we'll need, like maybe transport pipes and stuff like that. Journey map, nature's compass, mouse tweaks, ninjas mods, which will give us some gamma bright and sprinting if we need it. I do have ore excavation, which is like vein miner, but the main mod is Project E, which, if you're not familiar, is a alchemy based mod, very overpowered mod by design. So this will be a somewhat overpowered playthrough, unapologetically. It's just going to be that way. And plus TIC will add the Project E materials to Tinkers. Refined storage, because refined storage and Project E have now in some ways complement each other, because you can use Project E as your storage system, which is one of its strengths. And we'll go through that kind of stuff. And then the add-ons for that, RF tools for power and some nice items. We'll be using solar power, so we have Solar Flux Reborn, one probe, Tinker's tool leveling, a universal remote which you can use to access refined storage remotely, some overlays, and a wireless charger. So that's going to be it for the mod list. There's only 29 mods, and we'll work with Project E all the way through all the boss fights and all the way to the end of Minecraft is the goal of this series using this single mod. So I went ahead and just created a world. I'll show you the seed, and it is seed based for a 35 all biomes within 3,500 blocks, which I found on Reddit. But I had just opened the world just to see that, get it loaded, so we didn't have to waste time on that. So here's the seed if you're interested. And I've already set up my one probe and all that to not require the probe. So let's jump right in, and then we'll talk as we go. So you have to start Project E the same as you do any vanilla playthrough. And in this playthrough, I do want to show as much of the beginning stages as I can. Most people don't like show you getting wood and stuff like that. But we're going to do it in the Project E way, which is a more overpowered way and quicker way to do things. So we want to just get a stack of wood as quick as we can. It'll use up our hunger, obviously, to do this with ore excavation, but we'll take care of that. So I'm just looking for the largest trees. Again, if you don't know, Project E is an alchemy mod, so it has a energy system in it called EMC, which is energy, matter, currency. And so everything has an EMC value that's vanilla based, and then modded stuff that comes from vanilla. And I'll show all that, but you're able to convert items to each other essentially. And thus you don't need to gather resources in the same way. Like, you don't need to do massive amounts of mining and all that kind of stuff, which is one of the reasons that it's good just to show it from the very beginning, to show that you don't have to, really do it in the same manner as you do in other type playthroughs. So let's just get up a little bit. One thing I want to do is use Journey Map to its fullest of capabilities. So I'm going to change my video settings temporarily to extreme. We are in a taiga hills, but I just want to get an idea of what else is around us. So I'm going to load a larger area here. And then we'll auto map with Journey Map so we could see what's around us. Let's see, it's showing cave view for whatever reason. And we'll let that go and see if we can locate a village. We do want to find some sheep. Okay, that's done. Let's see if that tells us anything of use. Not really. it's just saying there's taiga. So I just always head east, and we'll go ahead and do that, and maybe remap again if we need to. And then I can just vein mine, take a little fall damage, will be fine. And yeah, let's just go ahead and head east. There was some coal back there, which might be worth getting. Again, we just kind of want to get a bed. We do want some sugar cane if we can find it. We'll also need to make a piece of charcoal quickly, and I'll show you how that. There's some iron down there. We haven't really made our tools yet, so I'm going to pass that up for now because that's not any area that I want to go into. I would like to find an extreme hills, really. Just looking at the map up in the corner to see what we're... Rabbits. Okay, there's extreme hills over there. Cool. Okay, so that'll help us to get stone and get coal and all that stuff immediately. And it's a great place to mine for Project E because it has emeralds in it. It's a really good place to mine. So let's just pop up here real quick. See llamas. There's a forest down here. See pigs. Okay, so that looks promising. You don't really need to go to the top. Go over to this side and grab our basic tools. So we'll get us a stack of planks here. Make our crafting table. These very first things, obviously, you're just going to have to do the same way that you normally do. But we'll quickly move beyond that. Let's, actually, I need some sticks first. Stack of sticks. Okay. Then we'll use that to just make the wood pick that we need. Just to get some stone. So I'm going to go ahead and just vein mine the stone. Okay, use up the pick. Let's go ahead and make a furnace. Get a piece of charcoal going. See, there's the wood. Plank. Okay, and then we'll make our stone tools. Let's get a couple picks. Start to clean up our inventory. We don't need to pick up a bunch of stuff that we don't need. As you see in Project E, as you get going, you're only going to need one of each item after you've got some level of EMC available to you. And again, in these early stages, I know I'm kind of blowing through stuff, but you know, we got to take care of business before the night comes so that we can get off to a good strong start and get into the ground. Okay, so that takes care of our charcoal. We should be able to find coal pretty easily here into the extreme hills. Right, there's some right there. Okay, that takes care of our torches. Now we're just looking for sheep and pick up just a few bits of coal. We don't need to gather as many resources as you would normally. There's llamas. We can check the journey map to see what kind of animals are around us. Definitely I want to get those pigs because we will need a little bit of food. See how we're doing on our day. There is a time now on journey map up in the corner, which is very useful. So around 10:30 is when the day ends, when you can first sleep. Just find some sheep. if we get a bed, then that would take some of the pressure off. But it's not essential. Lots of llamas. Lots of llamas around. No sheep so far. Okay, let's see if I happen to see any sugar cane around. So let's go down into the forest to get the pigs. And they'll be a good source of food for us. Just watch the lava. And I'm not sprinting just because I don't want to use up the hunger too much in the beginning. So it's around 8 o'clock in the world here. So we're running out of daylight. And again, in these first phases, you're doing it the vanilla way, and generally I'll be rather quiet because again, I'm focused on trying to just get a good start for us so that, we can do the things that we need to do. The forest can be kind of dangerous. We need to be aware of, there's a bunch of pigs. We need to be aware of any mobs around. Okay. Now, another thing about Project E is you won't have to kill a lot of animals, just pretty much what you need for your first food. And one of each type of animal to get their drops. All right, he'll be our last guy. See if we see any sugar cane around. And get a piece of sand. Not so far. We want to know that extreme hills is back here to our east. So yeah, we're definitely quickly running out of daylight. There's some sugar cane right there. Okay, no sheep. Not a big deal. But let's get at least 3 pieces. Okay. I'm happy with that. I'll head back to the around the extreme hills on the border, and we'll mine down from there. And we should just about make it in time. So, okay, we got sand, we got sugar cane, we got food. How many do I have? 20 is plenty. So I'm not even going to take any more. No sheep, though. There's a Tinker's Island I see on the map. So there'll be slimes around. Let's just find a good place to get into the ground here. Again, a border area on the extreme hills is pretty much what you want because you don't want to be high in the extreme hills. But we want to mine into it. Okay, so like down here would be good. Yeah. Okay. So mobs will probably be spawning now. Let's dig out a little area. Just to get our first little base set up here. It's really a staging point more than a base. All right, let's cover up. Make some torches. Yeah, I got sticks, okay. Go ahead and make a stack of torches. Okay. Okay, so now the pressure's off on that part. So let's go ahead and put down our crafting table. And the reason that we needed charcoal is because we want to make this covalence dust from Project E. All right. There's 3 levels: low covalence dust, medium covalence dust, and high covalence dust. These are crafting ingredients mainly, but they can also be used for repair of items, especially at the higher level. But the repair talisman is good for that, and we'll try to make it pretty soon, which is the reason for the sugar cane. But we want to make this first level divining rod, and which is not of much use, and then get to the second one really quick, and I'll show you how that works. And as we explain a little bit more about Project E. But to do that, you've got to have 7 cobble, or 8 cobble actually, and a one of the charcoal. Okay, so that'll make 40 of the covalence dust. Then from that, we can make the divining rod. And it's just a stick, so it's really inexpensive. Okay, and what this divining rod does is it allows you to click on blocks and to see what the average EMC value is around you. Now, it only does a 3x3 area. This lowest one, 3x3x3, so 3 blocks in all directions around you. Now, EMC, as you can see, it's just saying it's 16. All items, all vanilla items, and then modded items derived from that, and then any that have been specially put in, have an EMC value listed in their tooltip. So stone is worth 1. So if you had a piece of granite, you could get 16 stone because they're equivalent to each other. It came from a mod called Equivalent Exchange. And then high value items like a nether star, for instance, have 139,264. I think in vanilla, the dragon egg is maybe the highest. It's certainly one of the highest at 262,144 EMC. And as we'll see in practice, EMC lets you convert. So if you had 1 dragon egg, then you could get 262,000-ish cobblestone from that if you wanted it. All right, so we're going to use this to help us find, but it's not very useful in its first phase because the 3x3 is not very good. So I'm going to convert my crafting table here, and we'll carry it with us. Let's go ahead and actually put it down again and lay down a chest just to clean out the items that we don't need. And also, let's get some food going here. So I'll just go here, and we won't cook all of them. I've already got a stack of torches, so I'm in good shape on that. And we're good on wood. Let's just make 2 chests. And we need to get down to diamond level as quick as possible and hope for a clear mining spot. We really don't want to mess with caves at first. So we don't need the covalence dust anymore. We've already used it. We will need it if we do the repair talisman, which I could take the sugarcane, convert to a piece of paper. We'll keep our coal, cobble on the bar. Yeah, we should be good from there. Okay, so let me just get enough food to get going here, probably 8 pieces, and I'll start digging in the meantime. Speed matters up a little bit. Okay, good. There's some more coal. We won't need much coal. Again, you don't have to gather. Those are the llamas. Yeah, you don't have to gather resources in as much quantity as you do in vanilla. But obviously, you're going to take what's given to you. So I hear lava, and I could see it on the map, so it's right beside us, which could be useful because in Project E, you do need to rush the nether pretty quick. In fact, that's going to be something. Let me put these in my offhand until we really start worrying about shields and all that. So we're at 56. Let me go get my food, and we'll talk a little bit about what we want to do in this playthrough and how Project E differs. Okay, so yeah, that's plenty of food for now. Let me go ahead and eat. Okay, so yeah, I've got one more, and I'll just make another crafting table, I guess. So Project E is overpowered by design, and so again, you only need to get like a sample of each item once you've gathered a decent amount of EMC. So the goal, especially in the beginning stages and really throughout, is to get as much EMC as you can. So you go for high value items. So what we're going to do is go for diamonds and emeralds as quick as possible. That's what we need to focus on. We won't have to gather stacks and stacks of iron and all of that you normally would, because once you have high value items, then they'll pay for your lower value items. So it's almost like a bank account. It's like a money system. Okay, we got Ravine, which I'm not really interested in navigating. Normally caves are of some use to you because they expose a lot of surface, but they also eat up a lot of ores. But we want to get into a clean mining area. That was a silverfish. So they're annoying. Just gonna have to deal with them as many come until they get overwhelming. That's part of extreme hills. Watch your hunger. All right, we're good. Yeah. So we found a little cluster of silverfish. There's one more somewhere. Let's watch our blocks. I wasn't paying any attention to the blocks. Oops. It'll tell you in the tooltip if it's a silverfish block. So yeah, there's one of the gotchas of being in extreme hills. But it's not so bad. They're just kind of annoying more than anything. Okay, so there's our first iron, really. So we're not moving too quick in that regard. But what we want is a piece of iron and redstone. We need iron and redstone because that'll get us the next level of divining rod. And that's the goal of this episode, is to get to the next level of divining rod and, of course, not get killed. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and go forward on that. Seeing some resources. Just don't get shot down by a skeleton. I should take my iron. Yeah, we're at the end of the ravine, so I'm okay with that. We did run out of our pick. So let's make a couple more picks. Okay. At least two more. Go ahead and get these guys out of there. Ah, really? Screw it. Yeah, it's stuff flies in crazy directions. So we'll want to try to get the magnet, the black hole band, in Project E as soon as we can. But here's gold. No, I don't have an iron pick yet. Okay, so we'll leave that. Make sure we're safe down here. We could peek to see if we see any redstone. Yeah, there's some redstone right there, and it's a bucket of water. Okay, so we could get water and redstone from here. We need to cook up this iron. So let's avoid the lava. It doesn't look like it can pull us into it. So I'm not concerned about that. There's more iron. Yes, let's just get up a little ways right here. Still a silverfish around somewhere. And make another furnace. Okay. And let's make a couple of them. Another good thing about Project E is that in vanilla, when you make something, you're kind of stuck with it. You got to store it and all that kind of stuff. Project E doesn't work in the same way, especially once you've got the higher levels. So let's see if we could get all the iron that we need. That'd be... that side. All right. See if we can get some more iron somewhere quickly. Let's try to get enough for our bucket. And a shield. Yeah, a shield to just give us an initial set of protection. I think I need to make some more planks. Okay. Yeah, a shield will just give us a little bit of protection until we get fully ironed up, which we're not far off from. Then I need a bucket. Grab that water source. Of course, I need an iron pick. And then whatever piece of armor that we can get. Oops. Let's grab that. Okay. So we got enough for a chest plate. I didn't make the pick yet. Yeah, let's get that one piece. So we're okay. Make the chest plate. It's in my hand. It looks a little different in this texture pack. All right, there's enough for our pick. Okay, and we'll pretty much go to iron picks like immediately. Let me switch those. Okay, so 2 more will give us boots. Not worried about a sword or anything for that at this point. Okay, so we'll just make some boots. Oops. And let's go out and get that redstone. We can get the gold now. But the 2 things I really want is, I made 2 buckets, one for lava as well. Okay. So I'll now switch out my torches for the shield. And let's grab this redstone. We can block this guy off. Just so it doesn't get in our way. Okay, so there's the redstone that we need. Now there's an emerald. Again, I'm not really wanting to get into this. See, I'd have to go across the lava and all that stuff. It's not needed. But I will grab the gold. Okay, so I'd say that's pretty much all we care about from there. There's some iron up there, but again, it's not worth messing with. So I'm just going to go ahead and block this off. Now above, of course, is something that we have to be aware of, but once we're in the ground, it's not a big problem. All right, so let's go ahead and make our next level of Covalence Dust, which only requires, we do need one more iron, darn it. Yeah, we do need one more iron. There's some right there. I don't know that it's worth going for, honestly. Ledge. Wish that silverfish had shut up. It also allows us to put a little light up here. Okay. I need to get to where it doesn't fall down. That's nothing worse than going and grabbing something that falls right out of your reach. We'll grab this iron too. And throw down one more torch. Okay, so we're nearing the end of the episode here. I want to go ahead and get our second level divining rod made. And then we'll call it with a good successful start to our adventures here. Oops. Well, that'll work, all right. Okay, so let's make our second level of divining rod. And all you need is redstone. And then we will do one piece of iron. We're going to do at least two. I'll go ahead and cook them between episodes so that we have all the remaining iron. But let's just wait for the one piece and we'll get the next level of divining rod here. And so you have to make the medium covalence dust, which is the second level of covalence dust. And then it in a surround and the first one. Now normally you try to capture everything in the MC system while you make it, but we don't have the tools to do that yet. We're going to have to get to the nether. So that's going to be it, guys. This second level divining rod, why it's so important, is that it has a 16 by 3 by 3 mode. The first level only has the 3 by 3 by 3 mode. This one has a 16 by 3 by 3 mode, which we can look 16 blocks ahead. So I can see that within 16 blocks here, there's gold. We're at 22, so we wouldn't see diamonds yet. But you use it to go ahead and find ores and stuff. And that'll rapidly speed up our progress and make us do a whole lot less mining than we have to. But that's going to be it for this first episode. I hope you're excited about this series. It's going to be a lot of fun because Project E is an overpowered by design mod. And so once you've got its tools and its armor, you're pretty much invincible. And it's fun in these types of playthroughs to be invincible every once in a while, where we have the advantage. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you'll continue watching. And this is Scato Mato, and thank you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.